This afternoon when Ajahn explained about the second meaning of dukkha.
Is life dukkha?
Yes.
Okay. Now? What kind of dukkha?
At least the third one.
Right. But it's not really experienced yet, so we just follow the word. Only all sankhara, anicca, fallen away, dukkha, at all. But it's now.
Because it rises and falls away.
But it's so subtle, it has to be directly experienced as the first noble truth. Otherwise, how can they be letting go? They cling to whatever is there in life, pleasant objects all around, still belong to me. But in truth, nothing is permanent. At that very moment, it's the very, very great panya, high panya, keen panya, to be able to penetrate the arising and falling away of whatever is now appearing. That's why it is the noble truth. Nobody can change. But as long as it's not directly experienced, never let go. The clinging to whatever of everyone heard about, 5 khandhas. That's why it's not just the word life is dukkha. See? It's so true. But when one says that life is dukkha, now or not yet, since it's true, it can be understood or realized, but not now with ignorance. What is there that condition dukkha?
Clinging and ignorance.
Or unpleasant object, right?
Yeah.
And what is not there, which condition dukkha?
Sorry, I don't understand.
The dear one and the dear things. And what is there, no matter is there or not, is dukkha. Sankhara, dukkha. All dhammas are dukkha. Not last at all, just very short. Nobody can stop the way it is. Nobody can change the way it is. Nobody at all to do anything. It's the way it is, non-stop, on and on and on. Isn't it dukkha? Or better keep on like that, on and on and on, endlessly.
When you say condition, dukkha,
the reality which arises is dukkha, and when it's gone, it's dukkha.
why you say condition dukkha?
Nothing arises at all. It's the dukkha.
No.
So it arises and falls away. So what arises and falls away, is it not dukkha?
It's dukkha.
Okay.
Why?
Whatever arises is dukkha because it has to fall away.
Yet, in my daily life, there are many dosa citta arising.
Would anyone like to have less dosa?
Sure.
It seems like no one would like to have less dosa. Just not me. I don't like to have less dosa. Only Kering. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Only good.
If there's no understanding of condition for dosa to arise, it cannot be less. So what condition dosa to arise? See, just want to have less dosa, but don't know how come to be dosa right then. Can anyone think about it? What condition dosa? Loba. Condition dosa. So in order to have less dosa, what about less attachment? As long as there is still attachment so much, there must be condition for dosa. But when there's less attachment, less dosa. So in order to have less dosa, what about less attachment to everything, whatever is experienced through the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body sense? That's the only way. And the question has to be continued. And what can condition to have less lobha? See? Otherwise it's just dreaming about that I would like this and that. No understanding of the way to have less when one would like to have less dosa, less lobha. Okay? Everyone, less attachment to the sense though.
Is it the meaning of the second noble truth? Ajahn?
Can lobha be less and less at will? Impossible. So there must be condition for lobha to arise. To be truthful to the truth. Does one really want to have less dosa? The only way is having less lobha. And no one can have less lobha without what? Less ignorance. That's why ignorance and attachment is the second noble truth.
Ajahn, could you elaborate about the second noble truth?
If you got what you dislike, dosa or lobha,
Dosa.
dosa. If you don't like it to be the other way, can there be dosa at that moment when you got that? So lobha is conditioned for dosa. So from now on, have less lobha in order to have less dosa, but no condition. It has to be one's own understanding about what has been accumulated. Would you like red color or white? Not just now, many moments before. Experience it with attachment a little, until it becomes so strong. Even the pen has to be the color you like. Or Dhammas.